I was asked to share how I would teach adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, so here it is. One of the first things I think about when creating a lesson is the CRA model: concrete, representational, abstract. Concrete is things you can physically touch, representational you are drawing, and abstract is just numbers and symbols. So here are fraction tiles. You can buy them, but if you want a free virtual version, you can just go to Mathagon. Now, I would start by asking which one's easier, 1/3 plus 1/4 or 4/12 plus 3/12. Now, I think most people would say the bottom one, because they can say, yeah, I can see that the answer is 7/12. And I would do the same thing for subtraction. Which one's easier for you, 5/6 minus 1/4 or 10/12 minus 3/12? Now, some may say, well, for 10/12 minus 3/12, I can already see that 7/12 is missing, so I think the bottom one's easier. So when we're talking about the same unit, adding and subtracting fractions is easier for us. So the whole point of getting a common denominator is to get a common unit. So how can we get a common unit? Well, this is where I would review equivalent fractions. So I would ask, what patterns do you notice here? Now, some students may say, well, if I multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same amount, I get an equivalent fraction. And this is where I would also talk about the multiples of the denominator. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12. So when we have a multiple that they have in common, we have a common unit. And then we can connect this to the representational and abstract models. So if I start at 0 and I jump 4/12, then 3/12, where do I land? I land on 7/12. And then we can make connections between these three models. And for subtraction, when we start at 10/12 and we go back 3/12, we land on 7/12. So overall, I would emphasize that the denominator tells you your unit, and adding and subtracting fractions is easier when we're talking about the same unit. And I would go through the CRA model to really help students understand and see visually what's happening in each step.